What if the greatest challenge of our life was really the greatest gift of our life? That the challenge, the adversity that we face is an initiation to get to where we're ultimately meant to go. Just finished my morning meditation, an hour from Dr. Joe Dispenza, author of books like Becoming Supernatural and You Are the Placebo. And my word, it's unbelievable. The season that I'm in right now, what I'm learning, and what I'm just discovering by myself and where I'm going. The last 6 years, been dealing with chronic back pain, and it has by far been the greatest challenge of my life. And I hesitate actually when I say that because in the last month to the day, 4 weeks ago today, I started this spiritual odyssey to really uncover what is going on with me, just inside with my emotions. And because 1 month ago, I realized that to heal my body, I have to heal my past, my childhood, my heart, my soul. And this crazy sequence of events has led me to this understanding that to heal physically, I have to heal emotionally. And for 6 years, I've been trying to heal my body physically. I've done what seems like everything. And there's just no answers with chronic pain. And it's like those 6 years were just this, you know, the initiation period. It felt like I never truly made progress with healing my back. And of course, it's looking back at it now, but I learned so much during that time about myself, about what I can handle, about who I'm going to be when I get out of this pain. And everything I have to believe happened that way just to get to where I got to in this last month. Because now everything changes. My entire life is really being flipped on its head. I'm dedicating everything to this spiritual odyssey that I'm on right now, to truly understanding myself, meditating twice a day, journaling, and becoming somebody new, making peace with my past, going to therapy. And like I said earlier, why I hesitated to say the greatest challenge of my life is because I'm learning things about my childhood and in therapy and just from journaling and thinking about it that makes me realize that there was definitely some traumas there. There's some things that I have not worked through and I am now, but it was not easy. It was not an easy childhood. A lot of damage was done, and I, at a young age, began storing pain in my body. And looking back now at everything I'm learning with about the mind body syndrome, I was having signs of repressed emotions in my body from a young age. It's now manifested itself as back pain for the last 6 years in my 20s, but from stomach aches, headaches, growing pains, um, my hands, my feet go purple and cold very easily. And that's actually known. I think I don't want to mess it up, but I'm learning that that is also part of mind body syndrome, that these are all things that are caused pretty much that it's hard to find an answer to physically. They're all caused by emotional pain, repressed emotions. And you can learn all about it. It's called TMS or the mind body syndrome. There's stuff all over YouTube about it. And highly recommend Dr. John Sarno's books, Healing Back Pain, The Mind Body Prescription, and The Divided Mind. But what is even the greater transformation that's happening with me right now is realizing how much pretty much what I've learned, that education part of TMS and the mind body syndrome has given me the education to understand that the repressed emotions in my body are causing physical pain. And just knowing that on itself can heal you, and it's healed thousands of people. Just the education part to realize that there's nothing physically wrong with the body. The brain is creating physical pain to distract us from the reservoir of emotional pain that's stored inside of us. But now, taking it a step further, I am, well, becoming supernatural. And this guy, Joe Dispenza, it's insane what I'm learning about just how the brain, how the mind creates the body and reality. It creates your future. It creates everything that happens to us in life. Starts with our thoughts, starts with the way we think, the possibilities that we believe we can achieve and can seek out. It's all in our mind. Everything that's created is in our mind. There are a vast number of possible realities coexisting at one time. And unless you read the stuff, it might sound very esoteric and unrealistic, to say the least. And I won't get too far into that because you gotta just learn the stuff on your own. And to do that, I recommend You Are the Placebo is the first book I read by Joe Dispenza. And then just getting into this one, Becoming Supernatural. But why I was inspired to make this video is because I just got out of my morning meditation, which he outlines in You Are the Placebo. And basically, halfway through, you're really just preparing your mind to get into this new state. And then the second half is taking two beliefs about yourself, limiting beliefs, and just changing them into what you actually want to believe. And for me, of course, the first one is I do not, well, the limiting belief is I'm going to be like this forever. I'm going to be in this back pain. I can't possibly get back to the life I knew before. Because when you're in pain for this long, we're so conditioned. Everything about our lives is conditioned in a certain way to fear and to be safe and to just live like a robot. And I'm in the process of rewiring my brain, but it is not easy. It's a full-time job. It takes persistence and effort. And that belief, has held me back and just been like a broken bone in my body for so long in my mind that I'm never going to get out of this pain, that I can't just get back to living life where I'm playful and, just being carefree and playing sports without thinking about my back and protecting and all this BS. And the belief that I'm switching to is, of course, I'm going to get back to how I was before. And I'm never going to have to, I won't have to think about consciously about my back because the back is fine. The back is normal. Not only that, I'll be better than ever before, learning everything I've learned, using everything I've learned in this process and integrating it into this new self that is evolved, that is more balanced, but more inspired, is just freaking alive and thriving and healthy and whole. The second belief is that my career can't be focused on everything that I love. And for so long, well, since graduating from college, I've had this desire to be a writer, to be a travel writer. And I became just in love with learning after college. I studied journalism at university. Only thing that taught me is that I didn't like it. I kind of hated journalism and news reporting. I feared interviews a tremendous amount. That tells me something. And graduated and had no idea what I wanted to do. But I remember vividly on a trip to Berlin, I was walking at dusk down this canal and it just hit me like, my God, I love traveling and I love these experiences so much. Like just being on this canal right now by myself, my boots clacking on the cobbles, the just the brisk dusk air, the sunset, the steely, black canal, and just being in Germany. And it was all just like, my God, I love this. And I love capturing what this means to me. And that led me to travel writing. I started blogging about traveling and creating stories, and also simultaneously writing about finding my journey and my path in life, because at that point, I still did not know what I wanted to do. But I started to love writing, and I started on Medium, which is a blogging platform. And I'm like, okay, definitely enjoy this, definitely love it. Like, how can I make this my life? How can I make it my job? And over the years, that has always been the essential question. How do I make this my full time job and career? I wrote a book during COVID, a travel story, Arrows of Youth, about a road trip through California and the Pacific Northwest. Um, I've just never stopped writing. I have a website with all my photography and do a podcast, the Data Dream podcast. And I do all these things, but at this point, while I do make some money from them, they're still not, well, they are the scent, you know, the driving force of my existence, really. But I still need a day job. I still need to make money. Um, and the big question is like, how do I, fill my time, all of my time doing what I love instead of having to have a job to um, help me maintain this lifestyle of doing what I love and traveling. And it's been a limiting belief that I can't make the things I love everything, my entire life. And some people will say, don't follow your passion because that, don't try to make your career your passion because that ruins it. That takes the love and the joy out of it. Some people say, follow your passion, but it's still very difficult, and most people won't make their career their passion. Some people say, find something that you're good at and do that as your job, but then keep your passions to your hobbies. And I say, fuck that. All of it. If something burns in you that brightly, if something won't let you do anything else and that's all you want to do with your time, that is what you're meant to do in life. That is what you're here for. That is what you have to give to the world. And for me, it's creating, it's writing, it's telling stories, it's traveling, it's learning. And as I just made a video about, just your path in life doesn't necessarily have to be like your career or your job. It's a direction, it's a feel, it's a theme. And these are all the themes which feed into the river of my being. And it's writing, it's creating, it's learning, it's exploring, it's understanding. And what I'm really starting to understand is it's a spiritual journey that I'm on. So I had this morning meditation, and the second belief that's been holding me back is that I can't make this my career. And you have to really envision yourself in this new life. What would it feel like? What would you be doing? How are you spending your time? And I just see myself like doing exactly what I want to be doing with so much love, so much joy, traveling, just being healthy and whole, and using everything I've learned on this journey to give back to the world and to create and just to keep learning, to be a student and to share what I am learning on this journey. That is what I want to spend all my time doing, and I want to be paid for it, and I will be. And to believe that I shouldn't, you know, that's just holding me back. It's that's a belief that's put out there by people who have had their own light dimmed. Maybe they weren't able to follow their passions, make it their career. That following that will give you so much more meaning than doing something that you're good at but you don't love, and then maybe doing the thing that you love on the side and always wondering if you could have done that full time. The people who want to make a restaurant, they'll give anything to it, and they try and they fail. At least they knew. At least they know that they tried. And that's that is a weight off of your shoulders for the rest of your life. Then you can move on to the next thing. But we got to try. Everything, all the pain that I felt over the years has led me just to this 1 month. And this 1 month is the beginning of the rest of my life. But it had to happen exactly like this. The greatest challenge that I've faced, the thing that just caused me so much pain, so much despair, so much confusion, and just, it's been so tough dealing with this chronic pain and not knowing which steps to take for 6 years. And some people deal with this for 30 years. It's like chronic pain is a great mystery because a lot of it is emotional. That's what I'm discovering. And I'll say it again. Yeah, what if the greatest difficulty, the greatest challenge of our lives is the greatest gift that we can ever receive? I'm in tears nearly every day during this meditation, or just on a walk, or just thinking about everything that I've gone through and this beautiful life that's ahead of me because of what I've gone through. This challenge is indeed an initiation into the life we're meant to live. And what I could say about how to deal with it when you're in it, that is almost something that you really have to discover on your own, because it took me 6 years to get to this moment. And healing, self-discovery, the journey of our lives is not necessarily a linear one. It was like, doing this for 6 years and then just finally hit the thing. And now it's exponential growth. I finally realized that the pain is not caused by structural abnormality. The pain is physical. It's not like it's all in my head. The brain is creating real pain in my body to distract me from this emotional reservoir inside of me. And now it's like the shackles are just being broken on my mind, on my body. I'm becoming somebody new, making peace with my childhood and my past and the people who I didn't even know had hurt me so bad. But I'm now coming to understand that it's quite traumatic. Everybody's doing their best. That's not the point. It's just, forgiveness on my own. But just realizing that these things, these challenges, they could hold us back for the rest of our lives, or they can serve as the impetus to live such a more extraordinary life with this greater understanding. And man, it absolutely astounds me, this journey. It had to happen for some crazy reason. The things in our lives do indeed happen for a reason. Why did for 6 years, I just wondered, why the fuck did I was healthy, I'm doing everything right. And then I got just year upon year of just chronic pain. And when I thought it was physical over the years, I was like living in so much fear that for the rest of my life, I was going to be in pain. Even when on the surface, it seemed like I was healthy and I you know, could play sports and stuff, but then I'd potentially break down or I'd be in pain during it. So what is going on? Now I know. It wasn't just an accident and then it's just pain after that because there's this thing in my body I can't fix. It was a lifetime of stored energy, repressed emotion. And I could have spent the rest of my life trying to handle this thing physically, trying program after program and, tweaking my body here and there. And if it weren't for just completely crashing a month ago and really just asking the universe for a sign, for an answer, just for help, I would have never come to see that. To heal, I need to heal emotionally. And this was just the straw that broke the camel's back, the back pain. um, it's been a lifetime of stored emotion and just back pain in different capacities as a kid. This was just the most poignant way for me to see that I have to heal emotionally before my life can move on. Because it consumed my thoughts and, took over my life. And like I said, it has all happened for a reason. And when you're in it, just don't stop looking for answers. Keep your mind open to anything, to the people that want to help, the things you haven't tried. And I hesitate because, when you're dealing with like back pain or just chronic pain, everybody has an opinion. Everybody has their 2 cents, what you should try, how you should live, what you should fear. Oh, you're in pain in your 20s, it's only going to get worse. Or you're too young for pain. All these things people say just offhandedly, and they don't understand the impact that it has. Everybody has an opinion, but nobody is on the path that you are on. Nobody feels the pain that you feel. It is your gift and yours alone. And it could take 6 years, 6 months, or 20 years to understand this and to realize that maybe we're looking everywhere else, but the one place we haven't looked, which is inside of us. Because we are the ones with the answers for how our path is supposed to unfold in life. We are the ones who could dictate that. Nobody else. Nobody else knows the fire that burns inside of you, how badly you want this thing. And nobody's going to feel that regret if they don't try. Now I know we are limitless. We can be supernatural and create everything we want in life. And I'm just seeing so much love, so much beauty, so much joy. And I'm feeling grateful for it now, for the life that I know is coming. And to cherish each step on that journey to get there. How important that is to not only see the end goal as everything, but everything along the way as necessary and vital and beautiful, no matter how much it hurts. It is all for a reason. And all I can say really is just keep going. Keep going. Do whatever it takes. Do not give up. Because the greatest challenge is indeed the greatest gift we can ever receive.